Now, from WBZ Sports, this is Burton Ernie Talk Football with Fauria.
Welcome, everyone, to Burton Ernie Talk Football with Fauria. I'm Steve Burton. Another week, another win for the Patriots. You know what? This never gets old. We can get used to this, right? Ernie Adams alongside Christian Fauria. Hey, and let's talk big picture. Because right now, the Patriots are 6-2. Mm-hmm. They've won 5 in a row, Ernie. Okay? Expectations have to be a lot higher for this football team right now, right? As opposed to when they opening the season.
Well, at the start of the year, nobody knew for sure what they were going to do. But the big thing is, for the Patriots, for Coach Vrabel, for the players, you got to put all the expectation stuff, put it on the shelf. It's a Wednesday practice tomorrow. Let's go out one day at a time. Let's get better at playing football.
See, that's you inside the
locker. Like a true coach.
But you know what? That's been the key to getting the 6-2. It's been, remember, that wasn't a particularly good game they opened with the Raiders. And we said it's like preseason football, which it was. And the key was just to go ahead and get better, and that's what they've done. And you have to keep your focus on that. You start getting off and, oh my God, do I have my plane reservations? Get my family to the Super Bowl? You start getting off there, and you know what you're going to do? You're going to forget about, I got to come off the ball on my double teams, and knock the other guy off the line of scrimmage. Keeping focus is critical.
Okay, well, he's absolutely correct from a coach's and a player's perspective. I'll take the fan perspective.
Yes.
Okay, we're irrational. We're uncouth. We're nutty. We're a little silly at times, and we look at the schedule and we go, holy cow, we're good again. And so we expect you to win all the time now, regardless of the situation, regardless of injuries, right? But the reality is that they have an unbelievable opportunity ahead of them based on how quickly they started, how they figured out certain games, and they're 6-2, and they technically we're not even at the halfway point, technically. But yeah, the fans, they look at the schedule, they go, holy cow, we're going to the Super Bowl. I should get my ticket to San Francisco.
Well, right, but you know, the whole thing is, if you really want to be playing championship caliber football in December, in January, what really counts, it's the getting better at playing that's going to get you there and keep you going. And that's why it is. I understand it's coach speak, the coach and players' perspective, but it's that small group. And, you know, they're the ones doing it. Everybody, great. Everybody else is watching and getting excited, and that's really important. But it's keeping the focus on. And, you know, it's like we told the team going into more than one Super Bowl, we got to be like Secretariat. Put the blinders on, just going straight ahead. Do not get distracted. So don't buy the hype.
Don't buy the hype.
So, quick cautionary tale. In Seattle, I don't even know what year it was. We were 8-2. We were feeling great about ourselves. We had 6 games left. We were pretty much like we are going to the playoffs. Hadn't been there in forever. We lost. We had 6 games left. We lost 5 of the remaining 6 games.
What happened?
And backdoored our way. We lost close games. We didn't have the same momentum. And we still went to the playoffs, but it was scary there.
But you look at the schedule, Ernie. You look at what's left. The Patriots have the weakest schedule left in 2025 out of all the teams, right? The tough games are going to be Buffalo, Baltimore, Tampa Bay.
Right. And Steve.
And then you got everybody else sort of a weak link.
Right, and you know what? But here's the other thing. In the National Football League, you're allowed to play 1 game a week. Okay, this week it's Atlanta. You can't do anything about Cleveland. You can't do anything about next week. You only get to play 1 game this week. And listen, in football season, I'm a focus guy. Go straight ahead. What's the problem right now is what we got to deal with.
All right. One of the things the Patriots are dealing with, they're bonding. This team is playing for each other. There's no selfishness on this football team. When you see a guy score, Diggs scored his touchdown, whole team gathered around him to celebrate with Diggs. I mean, they're celebrating for each other, with each other. Correct?
Correct. And it's a lot easier to do when you're winning games and you think
why do you have to be a wet blanket? I agree with you. Listen, but it's fun watching.
Oh, listen, I got it. It's fun. It's fun. But we're a fun show. We're a serious football show, and football. It's kind of a nasty game. You don't get to go have all the fun stuff. With this, that, yeah, it's great. No, we got to go out and execute in short yardage this week. That's reality. We deal in this show a lot of reality.
I know for a fact, and you were there, Ernie. There was a certain stretches in certain seasons where the team wasn't as excited as they should be. And I remember Bill showed us during a Saturday meeting, and he showed after somebody scored a touchdown, everybody running to the sideline. Nobody was cheering. Somebody got a sack.
Right.
Nobody was congratulating. They all were just like going about their own business. And I remember we were all kind of collectively embarrassed by that.
Uh-huh.
Like, why aren't we excited for this guy? We're winning, and we don't give a crap because we're just not into it. The very next game, totally different scenario. All 10 guys after one guy scored a touchdown, somebody gets a sack, everybody's there. It's intimidating and demoralizing for the other team.
Oh, no question. And, that's absolutely right. And, this is, playing professional football is really hard. And getting everybody doing the right thing all the time, being excited for each other, it doesn't just happen. It takes a lot.
But when it does happen, players are buying in, right?
Yeah.
More and more players buying in.
It's an awesome feeling to be part of a team like that. Something bigger than yourself.
Yes.
And we all, play for something bigger than yourself. You got your problems, great. Getting everybody to think about the collective picture, and you talk about culture. It doesn't just happen overnight. It takes a long time to get there. And listen, it looks like the Patriots have made steady progress.
Right.
They're starting to develop that culture because where you really need the culture is when you're down 28-3 in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Okay, and it's time to go. We got to play.
It's time to go.
That's when the culture kicks in.
It's time to take a break.
It's time to take a break.
This is why the show is so much fun, right? Because Christian Fauria is the vice president of fun, and then you got Ernie, who's the vice president of reality. Okay? We're going to take a break. When we come back, we head to the whiteboard with Coach Ernie to talk about disruptive plays on the defense. You're watching Burton Ernie talk football with Fauria. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Burton Ernie Talk Football with Fauria. We're here at the whiteboard. Ernie, take it away. We're talking about disruptive plays. Guys who are making disruptive plays and how they're getting it done.
And defensive players. And what we used to say, getting ready to play a team, we'd say, is there somebody on that defense who can ruin the game? Okay, in other words, they're going to blow up so many of our plays. We're just going to look bad all afternoon if we don't take care of them. And there was obviously one in particular on Sunday, Myles Garrett. Great player for the Cleveland Browns. And he had a bunch of great plays. I'll just start.
He had 5 sacks.
He had 5. Well, and you know what? But it's not just the sacks. Okay? It's a lot. For instance, there was one play. He had play action pass here by Drake May. Right. And Garrett's rushing, and he is upfield past the quarterback. He's deeper than the quarterback.
That's a no-no.
That is a big basically, we told him, if you're past the quarterback as a passer, you're useless.
Yeah. Okay. So he goes by Drake May.
He goes by Drake May. He knows he's by Drake May. He puts his foot in the ground. Drake May starts to scramble. He comes and catches him for about a 2-yard gain. Now May's been seeing linebackers who've been spying him. They have angles on him, and they can't touch him. This guy comes and catches him from behind when Drake May's got a head start. I mean, and it goes down the stat sheet. There's no sack.
Right.
But I mean, it's a great play. Just like the interception that Drake May threw is because Garrett was pressuring him from the back. When Drake threw that ball, instead of being what you want for your quarterback, your feet under your good base, his feet were crossed up. He almost looked like he was out of control. There's no way he was going to throw a big ball, a good ball, because he's got Garrett coming from right behind him.
So that's what we usually call like anybody but. Like, 95, Myles Garrett was your anybody but. You're talking about wrecking a play. Okay, anyone can wreck the play, but this dude. So they tried to stop him.
Well, that's the thing. They had counted for him. They had two guys blocking. They had,
chip blocks.
Chip blocks.
Oh, before we say they.
The Patriots.
No, I know we're talking they, but Will Campbell was up against him.
Will Campbell for most of the game, but everybody had their turn to get abused. Okay, he was over on.
They all took a turn.
He's over on because
Will Campbell wasn't the only one.
Wasn't the only. So when they moved him over here against Morgan Moses, who's been having a good year at right tackle.
Will Campbell's been having a good year.
They all have until they ran against this guy, and he hit Morgan. He hit him swat. He went up flying 4 yards, and
that's Morgan Moses.
And that's Moses. Yeah,
who's a mountain of a man.
Our guest every Sunday.
Your
guest game.
Right. And but listen, you're talking here, a true, you want to know who's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer on that field on Sunday? There's one guy I know for sure.
Right.
Is number 95.
What surprised me, Ernie, was, I know he's talented, but the Patriots have had this issue with other end rushers, Dwight Freeney, Jason Taylor, right? And they've always been able to account for them, okay? And the double team, the chip blocking. What I was like a little disappointed was how poorly the tight ends chip blocked them.
But
I thought they left too early.
But Coach Mike Vrabel in his press conference had a great comment, which I never really heard or thought about for Garrett. He said he's like Gumby.
Yeah.
And this guy's got the shake. I mean, this is like a defensive back. It's just hard to get hold of him.
So you have to stay. So if you're going to chip block, my rule would be doing this a million times.
You're going to hit him.
My route is inconsequential. It doesn't matter. What do I care if I get to the flat? I'm going to stay an extra beat or two just to make sure my tackle is ready and can put hands on him.
But what if you're in the route?
Well, if I'm back like that, I'm like the fifth read.
You're like the fifth read,
yeah.
But you still want to get out. And the point, but this guy is so slippery.
Yeah. Does he come inside? Does he come outside? Will he go around?
A little bit of all of it. And that's what the point Mike made about being Gumby. I mean, this is not just a big guy. This is a guy like. And I'm thinking to myself, like my wife loves watching Dancing with the Stars. This guy, I guarantee you, would be great on Dancing with the Stars.
Well, Jason Taylor won.
Jason Taylor, right.
Emmitt Smith won. All the football players win.
Well,
right.
We got great feet.
The guys who are not stiff.
Feet. Well, yeah. I mean, why are you looking at me?
No, I'm not looking at you.
No, but
like I got no rhythm.
Right, but this, this guy is kind of, some freakish skill. But we had also Caleb Chase on.
Caleb
had a huge play for the Patriots. Dropped. Okay. Yeah, we got excited.
What happened? What did Caleb do?
So we had the play where the Patriots had a coverage bust.
Right.
Which were wide open. I mean, wide open down the left side.
Right.
But Caleb forced Gabriel to move, get off balance, and elevate the throw. So the Cleveland receivers down there, well, it looks like he was waiting to catch a punt, and it ends up going out of bounds. But the reason that play wasn't a touchdown, it was just an incompletion, was because Caleb made a move and got him off balance, which is why we have to understand. Everybody talks sacks, and we know how they
sacks are sexy.
And they do it with a dollar sign. We got that.
Right.
But you have to remember, rushing the passer is like pitching horseshoes.
Okay.
Close counts. If you can get close to the quarterback and make him move and get him off balance, maybe elevate his throw.
There's always a new element.
Yes.
Right. That doesn't get, there's no stat for that. But when you're watching him, this is the guy who can ruin the game. We played the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. They had Michael Bennett, and we could block him. We couldn't catch him with a net. But Tom was so good, he knew we had a problem. He's getting the ball out of there every time. Right. It was just phenomenal. Every quarterback's got to he's got to change his rhythm. He's got to speed it up. And this is not like playing the Carolina Panthers, who couldn't even get within couldn't even come close to him. He could sit back with his feet on, get your feet under you, throw on rhythm. That's great.
All right, we got to take a break.
Okay.
We got another whiteboard segment coming up. We're talking, trick plays coming up? Or the double pass? He doesn't call it the double. Well, sometimes it's called the double. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Welcome back to Burton Ernie Talk Football with Fauria. Back here at the whiteboard with Ernie Adams and Christian Fauria. Now we're talking, I call it the double pass. Ernie's going to correct me.
Okay.
And let's say why it works so well and what could have happened if it didn't work.
Well, so what we're talking about is the Patriots drive right at the start of the second half,
right,
which I loved because Josh McDaniels completely switched gears. He wasn't just running the inside, the duo with all the double teams.
Right.
They spread it out. They were running the option play, the true option play like you'd see it in a lot of
they attack the edges,
where
right?
they attack the edges. They don't block the defensive end. They pitch to Henderson. He makes a nice run. They run the toss crack to Henderson. I mean, they completely switched gears, on what they were doing. And then they came to what is, we call it a gadget play, a trick play, and you call it the double pass.
Oh, didn't they do a jet sweep before?
Well, the jet sweep was after this.
Oh, okay, after this.
After this. The double pass is, if you'll remember, the touchdown, that great pass Julian Edelman to Danny Amendola in the playoff game with the Raiders, which was a huge play.
Right.
But the double pass is basically when you throw it out to a receiver who's going to then throw it downfield to another player, usually another receiver. I mean, we ran it twice in my time at the Patriots, 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns.
There you go.
So that's that's like a high percentage play.
So what was this play?
This play is what I've always called forever the transcontinental special. So what we do here is
What do you call it?
the transcontinental special.
Did we actually say that in the huddle?
Yeah.
Let's run the transcontinental.
Well, I mean, it would work. I would know what to do.
You had they may just call it throwback.
Yeah.
Okay, but I mean, I've always learned that for like 60 years ago, this play, So what you do? We're going to pitch the ball out here like we're running to the right.
Yep.
The back is going to get out here and stop. Going to throw a lateral. It's important. It's got to be backward pass back to the quarterback.
Okay.
Who is then going to throw it down the field. And they hit. So they motion in into creating the bunch formation. 3 receivers right here. I think this was Henry coming in and just like he blocked. And everything.
So it makes it look like it's going to be a run.
It's starting to look just like a run. And this quarterback in the National Football League, a T formation quarterback is not an eligible receiver. Okay. You cannot throw a forward pass to the quarterback. You can throw a backward pass. So nobody really.
It's a key coaching point.
Nobody really accounts for him. So he's going to toss. He's going to come back over
and
here.
Get deeper.
He's got to be. It has to be a backward pass. The quarterback has to make sure he is deeper than the back.
Okay.
You're going to throw it back to him, and he's going to throw it downfield. Now, the complicating issue, and I'm going to be a little bit critical here, is the defense was the Browns were in cover 2.
Right.
His corners rolled up, and when this corner saw it, he had a 15-yard, no obstruction, straight line, right at the corner, full speed ahead, nothing.
Nobody's blocking him.
Nobody's out there, and
so you could get your quarterback.
I actually thought he was going to get his head knocked off.
Oh, you can. Listen,
I think the corner eased up.
I'm sure there's a lot of defensive players going to look at this play and say, you really screwed it up because you could have. Because understand this too: when the quarterback is out here, he loses a lot of his protection on roughing the passer. Roughing the passer is when he's in the pocket. Now he still gets all his protection for hitting a defenseless player. You can't go hit him in the head or the neck.
Right.
But a lot of the rules on roughing the passer.
Because he's outside the pocket.
Outside the pocket. They don't apply out here. There's nobody blocking him.
So this guy's got free reign to just blow him up.
So I'm going to be critical here.
He didn't, though.
The way you really need to run the play. So Will Campbell here at left tackle, he came down and he knocked the defensive tackle. He should, way you should run it, come down. He should peel back here and be the personal protector. You would say, Will, get out here, get your head on a swivel, and I know Christian's heard this term a bunch, and block MDM.
Most dangerous man.
Most dangerous man.
And there's really only one.
Well, it's either going to be the corner or the linebacker, but you don't want somebody just getting a 15-yard
sprint.
Because, listen, if like one of my favorite players of all time, I love him, as a defensive back, was Rodney Harrison. Yeah. If that's Rodney, Drake's not walking off the field.
Well, I thought the corner eased up.
Oh, he did.
I thought he eased up.
He kind of jumped.
Yeah.
And listen, if
he could have killed him.
He could
That's Rodney Drake's not walking
Oh, no,
off.
he's hitting him right in the gut.
Because this is like, this is like standing there in front of a car.
Yeah. I did think that, but it was funny because like he was probably nervous. Like he still knows he's a quarterback. He probably just forget
So
about
we
the
got
new
about
rule.
10 seconds left. So he's got to get that pass off in a hurry.
Well, listen, Drake did a great job. I mean, a lot of quarterbacks would have frankly made a business decision and tucked it. He knew, I'm sure, he knew he was going to get clocked. And that is a great gutsy play by Drake.
He got rid of the ball.
He got rid of the ball.
Hit.
They made the completion. But you know what? If a veteran quarterback, I'm telling you, would say, hey, guys, do not ever call that play for me again without a blocker.
Okay. Good stuff. We got to go.
We got to go.
All right, we got to take a break. We'll look ahead to the Atlanta Falcons game coming up next. Stay with us. All right, welcome back. Our final segment of Burton Ernie Talk Football with Fauria, and let's talk about big picture. Let's talk about starting slow, though. That's what the problem with this football team. Not that they have a lot of problems, but they're still starting slow.
Well, okay, let's address Sunday's game. We just got to remember they're playing one of the best defenses in the league last Sunday.
Which is what you said.
It's going to be a 60-minute street fight. We are not going to go out and score 21 points in the first quarter. So which is why we talked about, that first drive of the second half. They had to switch gears. We got to get things spread out a little bit, go to a little different style of football. Which works so well. They go down and score a touchdown, and then they get the interception and run it back. And this, Cleveland 16 points down, and what I saw, Cleveland's not capable of coming back from 16 points down.
I agree. But even the defense started slow. There were guys wide open in the beginning of the game.
Well, and again, think about it. It's the first 15 plays, depending on how you script it the night before, and that's your best opportunity to get them in situations that you dictate, you're dictating terms. And then the best coaches adapt and improvise and, figure out what's going on, and they use their plays against them. That's exactly what the Patriots did.
Atlanta's next. A team that, it's a Jekyll Hyde football team.
I say they're searching for their identity. Yeah. I really don't know what you have there. Penix's interesting, talented quarterback. They've got some players who can really play well, but they've had some bad, some good games, some bad games. I'm not sure what you really got there. I'm not sure they really know what they've got.
Well, I can tell you, just stop the one guy. Stop Bijan Robinson. He only had 9 touches in this game last week, and the Dolphins couldn't stop anybody, and they ran all over him. So
yeah, but the Patriots haven't allowed a 50-yard rusher yet this season, which is good. All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Be back.
Come back. Always a thank you, Steve.
7-2 after this. That's going to do it for this week. Glad you joined us for Burton Ernie Talk Football with Fauria. We're here every Tuesday night at 9 o'clock on TV 38. You can find us streaming on our CBS News Boston and our YouTube channel as well. For Ernie Adams and Christopher Fauria, I'm Steve Burton. Have a great week, everybody.